Heck yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to your favorite film podcast, The Average Film Enjoyer. The best film podcast, objectively. There's no one better than us. It's true. Today we got an exciting episode for you. We got some big movie news this week, some new trailers dropping, some new announcements dropping. Lots of exciting stuff, I feel like, happened over this weekend, and even just these last 2 days. A lot of stuff has happened. We are going to talk about both of our first experiences with silent films. Neither of us has ever watched one, and our IMDb movie today is The Passion of Joan of Arc, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was outstanding. Evan did not really enjoy.
I did not finish it.
He thought it was terrible.
Well, no, I didn't think it was. We'll talk about it. We'll get into it later.
Yeah, and then we're going to get into some of the stuff we've been watching recently, which I don't know about. Evan, I haven't looked at your diary yet this weekend, but I've been watching
I watched
some
Peak yesterday. I watched some absolute Peak yesterday. Did a triple feature with the old girlfriend. Oh.
Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, we were talking about that.
We did a kids movie, and then we watched Joker, and then we did another kids movie after that.
That's a W.
It was fun.
Yeah,
it was super
fun.
fun.
I gazed Superman 2 yesterday.
I saw that.
Because
dude, I saw you just... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I grew up with... Like, that's the Superman I grew up watching, was Christopher Reeve. I've seen all four of those movies multiple times. The third and the fourth one are not good. Like, they're fun, but they're not good. The first and second one are excellent, and I truly do think he is the best Superman.
Which is the Superman where Lex Luthor wants to, like, nuke a city or, like, a seawall to flood it so that there's, like...
More beachfront property?
More ocean. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's the first one. Yeah, that's the first Superman.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
okay, so I saw that when I was a kid, and it really frightened me, the idea of all these people just getting drowned.
Yeah.
And I never watched another Superman movie again.
Oh, dude, you gotta watch it. They're a blast, man. It's Superman. It's the best written Superman. Margot Kidder, who plays Lois Lane, and Christopher Reeve have insane on-screen chemistry.
That's the only old Superman I've seen.
Yeah,
dude, I'm looking at my letterbox right now, and Robert is still lurking on the Popular with Friends page.
Bruh. Dude, he is for me, too.
I cannot wait to watch The Curse of Robert, or whatever the next one is.
I think we're going to be the only ones watching that. I don't think anybody else wants to.
We need to... I sent the Robert Reborn, and, like, there's no way we don't do a fat watch party for Robert Reborn with the Soviet Joseph Stalin stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. That sounds insane.
That's sick. I love Superman.
Yeah, dude. Goated character. I remember first seeing Man of Steel and not enjoying it because if you go back and watch those movies, like Christopher Reeve, he's Superman to me. He's Superman. And if you go back and you compare how Superman is written in those movies to how he is written in the newer stuff, it is drastically different. So when I first watched Man of Steel, I hated it. I thought it was absolutely terrible.
Yeah, Man of Steel is super divisive.
Henry Cavill has grown on me as Superman. He is a close second behind Christopher Reeve. And Man of Steel as a film has grown on me. It used to be like a 1.5 stars. Now it's a 4 stars.
Oh my god. Okay, that's a W.
And you also have the Michael Shannon bonus. So
true.
Yeah.
It's like the Willem Dafoe bonus tax credit, we call it. But it's not quite as beneficial, I would say. Like Willem Dafoe is like 2-star bonus. Michael Shannon.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe is a 2-star. I give Michael Shannon 1.5, and then Scott McNairy is a 1-star. You get a Scott McNairy 1-star bonus. God, I love Scott McNairy.
All right, let's get into
and Dowd is on the same level as Scott McNairy for me.
Trey, you need to watch The Leftovers.
I know.
And we'll do a Leftovers episode. Whenever you watch
it. Is it Remy that really likes that
me and
show?
Remy both love it. If anybody utters the words The Leftovers, me and Remy will immediately sense it in our brains and seek out whoever's talking about it.
Yeah.
We fully convinced one person in the Real Talk Discord to watch it. Lay Films, Lay.
Yeah, Lay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he watched it and he loved it. He binged it in like a few days.
Yeah. I gotta figure out.
Yeah, but we've had a hard time. It's on Max. It's an HBO show.
Okay.
It's
Justin
3
Theroux.
seasons.
Margot Qualley's in it.
Yeah, that's
Liv
where she
Tyler.
got big from. Dude, Liv Tyler is a menace in that show.
I love
It's
her.
3 seasons. All the seasons are relatively short. It's a quick watch.
Hell
But
yeah.
it's a hard show to recommend because it's so insanely heavy. Like, it got a lot of backlash because in season 1, there's a scene where a character gets stoned to death.
Oh, God.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Maybe I'll start watching this tonight.
It's my favorite show of all time.
Yeah.
One thing I'll ask you about later after we finish movie news is the finale of Night Country.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm waiting for my dad.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, okay, gotcha.
No.
Then we'll talk about it next week.
Have you like caught up?
I haven't started yet, but I will.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm curious.
Yeah,
I've seen a lot of discourse about it.
Then we'll wait till we'll wait till you watch it, and then we'll talk about it.
I'm just curious. Speaking of Remy, because
him and Will were talking about it, and they were both said the finale. Well, the whole show is mid. I have the show sitting at like a 4.5 right now.
Yeah, they're not as high on this season as you are. So but I'm curious, like.
But I also think they've seen the other This is my first experience with True Detective.
Wait,
I haven't
really?
seen any of the other seasons. No,
well,
I haven't.
I've heard that there's connections to season 1 in this season.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm the worst person to ask,
or something like that. Okay, that's good to know because I've been kind of intimidated because I never finished season 1. I've seen some of it, but it was when it was first coming out.
It's their own individual stories. I think it's like there's homages, you know.
Gotcha. Cool.
Like I've been told by everybody I talk to, you don't need to watch the seasons in order. They're their own individual, like American Horror Story.
Yeah, there is. Season 2, I know, is pretty frowned upon. It's Vince Vaughn and I don't remember who he's with.
Is that the one with Colin Farrell?
I think it's Vince Vaughn and Colin Farrell, yeah, which is a crazy pairing, and I kind of want to watch it. I know it has some meat riders, like some diehard fans, which is awesome.
Yeah,
I'll probably binge it. I don't have I don't really have any 45-minute TV shows I've been binging these days. It's kind of just like
do the new season of True Detective, and then we can talk about it as part of an episode. Because I think it's excellent. And if you're a big fan of John Carpenter, like I am, and my dad has been super into John Carpenter recently, it's like it'll hit that spot, man.
I like John Carpenter outside of Halloween.
Yeah, that's valid. I think Halloween's good. I don't think it's amazing.
Okay,
I think Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, much better. Halloween 3 is peak.
I hate that movie.
I love that movie.
I just don't like Halloween in general. It's
6
just not
more
my...
days till Halloween.
God,
so peak, dude.
I can't.
Evan's having like PTSD right now.
Dude, I watched every single one past Halloween 2 in one day, and it was while I was building Lego, and it was just pain.
Well, after we do the Dark Knight stuff today, I'm going to start binging out the rest of the Children of the Corn movies.
Dude, I've heard they're absolute poo-poo pee-pee. They're really bad.
The first one was pretty good. The second one wasn't terrible. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Let's do some movie news. The first thing I saw that made me laugh really hard is a major theatrical chain insider said they could see Madame Web advance purchase ticket sales declining in real time as buyers are refunding their tickets on opening night. That's hysterical.
That's so funny. I love that.
I want to talk about this really quick because it's not really big movie news, but it's video game news. Did you play Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order or Jedi Survivor?
I played Was Fallen Order the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played that.
Okay. You should play Survivor because it's better on every single level. It's really good.
Oh, dude, Fallen Order, genuinely one of the hardest games I've ever played. The mechanics of it are really difficult, but it's so fun, and it looks so good.
It has. I mean, I could go on a tangent about From Software games, Dark Souls, Sekiro, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, for hours. It's like if you took Sekiro and put Star Wars into it. So if you like Fallen Order's mechanics, play Sekiro. It's
No,
awesome.
I've played other stuff, but like I've played Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I quit Elden Ring because it made me feel bad about myself.
Dude.
But I was stuck on like the first big boss, and then I'm like, yeah, I'm done. This sucks.
I'll buy one of the From Software games on the Xbox. We could play together.
Hell yeah, dude, that'd be sick.
But speaking of Jedi Fallen Order and Survivor, Cameron Monaghan plays Cal Kestis, the main character.
Yeah, love Cameron.
And he said he would love to bring it to live action, but only if it's right. I don't want him to just kind of show up and stand around and be there. I love that. That's awesome, because Cal Kestis is a great character, and the Jedi Survivor games kind of fit into an awkward period because they're canon. They kind of fit into a weird spot in the timeline, so
yeah,
I would love a movie because he's an awesome character. BD1 is hilarious. The little droid he has, love it.
Yeah.
And all the side characters in the Jedi Survivor Fallen Order games are amazing. They're super entertaining.
Agreed.
So I would love to see this brought to live action if they had a story that kind of was like supplementary and like a gap, because I know you haven't played Survivor yet, but it ends on a setup for a third game.
Yeah.
So if they wanted to throw a movie in there, I wouldn't be against it. You know me, I don't like Star Wars movies. I love the games.
I don't like Star Wars as a franchise, but I like some of the movies.
So yeah, so
it's like the same way I feel about the Beatles. I don't like the Beatles as a band.
We're going to talk
exactly.
about the
I know
soon.
that was an intentional transition.
Yeah,
but like how I feel about the Beatles, I don't like the Beatles. I like some of their songs, but I don't like them.
I know. Okay, let me pull the headline up. This broke when I was on my break at work, and I was kind of like dumbfounded. 4 separate biopic films are in the works from each member of the Beatles to all release in 2027. Not one by one, all releasing in 2027. Sam Mendes will direct each film. They will be interconnected stories from each band's POV. Each band member's POV. This is really interesting.
So, here's what first of all, we've already gotten a great on-screen Beatle casting in Dewey Cox.
True.
With Paul Rudd as John Lennon, Jack Black as Paul McCartney, I think it was Jason Schwartzman as Ringo, and Justin Long as George Harrison.
I don't know if you've seen. It's got Aaron Taylor Johnson. I'm not sure who directed it. Let me.
Here's what.
Nope. There's this movie about John Lennon, Nowhere Boy, and it's about him leading up to his death. Aaron Taylor Johnson.
No, I've never even heard of that.
It's like John Lennon in his teen years. It's directed by Sam Taylor Wood. Oh my god, that's his wife, I think.
Yeah, and she's like 40 years older than him. It's crazy, dude.
Oh yeah, this is totally his wife.
Yeah, they're married.
I own this movie, actually.
Their age gap is insane. But what I'm wondering for this film, so there's this film with Jessica Chastain and James McAvoy called The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby. It's kind of a coincidence that that's a Beatles song. But there's 3 separate films, right? But it's the same movie. But one of them it's about a couple, and one of them is from the perspective of Jessica Chastain's character. One of them is from the perspective of James McAvoy's character. And then one of them is like, you're kind of like a third person, and it's like an actual, like, like a...
Is this like an anthology movie? Like it's all one movie split into sections, or it's 3 different movies?
I honestly don't know.
Because
I think it's split into 3 different movies.
Right. Oh, okay.
So one of them came... what year did this come out? Okay, so the first 2 came out...
Here we go.
The ones from
Oh, they're all named the same thing. What
yeah,
the
but
heck?
like one's the disappearance of Eleanor Rigby, them, and then her and him.
Okay, well that's kind of cool. I like that
Yeah, so
idea.
I'm wondering if it'll be like that. I'm hoping it will be like that. I think that
Yeah,
would be very cool. And I think Sam
yeah.
I don't love the Sam Mendes direction. I will give you this. I have not seen 1917 yet.
It's
But
weird
from
because
the stuff
sorry. Go
I
ahead.
have seen of his, I don't like it. I think he makes really
Oh,
boring
really?
movies. Yeah.
What have you seen?
Uh the Road to Perdition
Tradition?
or yeah, I did not
Yeah,
like that. I thought that was
I haven't
boring.
seen that yet.
And Revolutionary Road, which I thought
Oh,
DiCaprio and Kate Winslet give outstanding performances, but as a whole movie, it's boring.
gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
well, you haven't seen Skyfall, which is a masterpiece in
Oh,
espionage.
yeah. Yeah, I forgot he
It's
did that.
incredible. You have to watch American Beauty. Okay,
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
give
I
you.
forgot. I've seen American
Oh,
Beauty.
you've seen it.
American
Okay,
Beauty is freaking peak, dude.
okay. I was
Even
listening to
easily
the
Spacey's best role.
yeah. I was listening to the Film Scoop today when I was at work, and Cash watched American Beauty as a film rec from Alan, and he's talking to Carl, and Trey's mom, mute your ears just for like 30 seconds. He
Yeah.
goes, the plot of this movie is Kevin Spacey's daughter brings home a hot friend, and he really wants to fuck her. And Carl's like, what the hell? Like, oh, American Beauty is an interesting movie. It's super intriguing because it starts with Kevin Spacey being like, yeah, I die. I'm dead by the end of this. Here's my
Yeah.
story.
I think it's outstanding.
Yeah,
I love that
it's
movie. It's so engaging
and then
and
yeah, 1917 is awesome. I like Spectre. I don't love it. I am a huge James Bond fan. I grew up on James Bond. Like my dad had all of them, so I've seen them all. I love them. I love some of them more than others. I don't like the Roger Moore ones as much. That's a
yeah.
conversation for another day. But yeah, I grew up on James Bond, and like Skyfall is one of my favorite movies like ever.
Yeah.
So I love Sam Mendes and I trust him. I'm curious to see what he does with this
Yeah, I'm
because like
definitely interested.
that's 3 years from now, 4 movies. Like it's interesting. Like you would assume he's filming them simultaneously. But it's a crazy task.
Yeah.
But I'm intrigued. We'll see. And yeah, Nowhere Boy, I haven't seen it since I was younger, but I recommend it. I remember liking it.
For sure. I'll have to
The
check
next
that
thing I
out.
want to touch on is the Civil War trailer. I don't know if you saw this today.
Oh,
Okay, let's talk about Alex Garland because I was in the Real Talk Discord this morning and I was hearing a lot of slander and I'm not here for it.
what? Alex Garland only pumps out peak, dude.
Dude, I was hearing Annihilation slander and I could not believe it.
What do you have? What do you have Annihilation at?
I have Ex Machina and Annihilation both at 5 stars, and I have Men at a
W.
4-star.
I haven't seen
I
Men
think-
yet, but I have Annihilation at a 4.5, and then I think
W.
I have Ex Machina at a 5.
W.
I honestly might push up Annihilation though on another watch. I think that has
Annihilation
potential to be
is-
my number one Garland. It's
Yeah,
so good.
It's such an interesting and surreal movie to watch, and I
Yeah.
just love it. Like it's intriguing and it's really creepy and messed up. And the third act is so out of this world and
Yeah,
surreal.
the entire sequence in the lighthouse, dude.
Yep.
Oh my god,
It's crazy.
peak cinema.
And the score is nuts
Yeah.
in that scene. So
Who did
yeah,
the score for that movie?
I love Annihilation. I could not believe the slander I was seeing.
Composers Jeff Barrow, but it's spelled the obnoxious way. Geoff.
Oh, yeah.
Calm down, Jeff. Jeff Barrow and Ben Salisbury, and they've done the score for his other films as well.
Gotcha. Yeah, I love Alex Garland. The first trailer that came up for this movie looked like the MW2 campaign, the original MW2 campaign, brought to life into a film. And I was like,
Yeah.
I need this movie now. I was on board. I knew a lot of people were kind of skeptical about it. They're like, oh, A24 is shelling out $250 million for Alex Garland to make this after Men. Who knows? I was on board, and then we were chatting about it today in the Real Talk Discord, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, this trailer has sold me," and I was like, "Dude, I've been saying that. Like, this movie is gonna bang."
Well, and it has the Jesse Plemons tax credit too.
It does. It does. It has the Jesse Plemons tax credit. Plus, it has I can't remember his name. He's in Dune.
Josh Brolin.
Not him.
Oscar Isaac. Timothy Chalamet.
He's one of the...
I haven't watched Dune in a while.
Oh, yeah, here it is. Stephen McKinley Henderson. This guy is the GOAT.
Let me see. Oh, yeah, dude. Stephen McKinley Henderson.
This guy's awesome.
He plays the therapist in Beau is Afraid.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah.
This movie looks crazy. It looks visually insane. Alex Garland has always cooked on his visuals.
Mm-hmm.
Like, again, I know people don't like Men because it's weird and pretentious and whatever. That's fine. But visually, Men is insane.
Yeah.
But this next trailer, like, it just got me even more hyped. I think the first trailer is better. I'm not gonna lie. And this is showing an IMAX. This must be the first A24 movie to play in IMAX, right?
Oh, it's got to be.
So that's awesome. I'm really excited for that. A couple more months. I think it comes out in April.
Yeah. That sounds... I'm so excited. Let's
see. What else do we have here?
There was a few more things.
Yeah. We got... look at...
go ahead.
You do yours first, because I think mine might be a bigger conversation.
Well, Saltburn and Maestro both collect pair of Makeup Artists and Hairstylists Guild Awards. I don't know how Maestro got that. They were just tasked with the... Here's how that conversation went. Okay, guys, I need you to make... This guy was Jewish, and I need you to make him a nose. It can't be phallic. And they're like, why would we make it phallic? I don't know. But it can't be. Guy leaves the room, and they're all thinking to themselves, well, now that he said it can't be, I kind of want to do it. All right, we got to find a way to make this as phallic looking as possible without them like being like, oh man, that's a penis. And that's how they won.
Yep.
It's God, dude. All right, what was yours?
Yeah, so I have two here that I think are both really interesting conversations. First off, I'll save the next one for last because it's longer. But we got some concept art from a pitched Batman Beyond animated film today, and it is from the directors of the Spider-Verse movies. Holy shoot. I cannot believe how insane this looks. Batman Beyond is one of the coolest Batman stories, period. This is a quote from the people who pitched this. Before we pitched this movie, they warned us, there's absolutely no way we can do a Batman Beyond movie, but they loved our enthusiasm. That is criminal, because these stills they dropped are nuts, and I would pay millions of dollars.
Yeah, and Seb was talking about in the Discord. Shout out to Seb from the Fistful of Films podcast. Love you. He was talking about, not to like offend anyone, but this just looks like a ripoff of Across the Spider-Verse. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Across the Spider-Verse is visually one of the most insane movies I have ever seen. If this is the same visually, cool, awesome.
It's also
I love that.
The directors who made Across the Spider-Verse.
Come on,
Plus,
man.
Batman Beyond is like insanely sick. I need it. I remember seeing a Batman Beyond cartoon when I was a kid, and I was like, that suit needs to be injected into my veins now. Like, my God. So that's tragic. I hope they make a Batman Beyond movie because it deserves one. The next thing, which I'm very curious, I don't know if you've played it, but we got our first decent little teaser at the Borderlands movie today.
Oh, I didn't see
and
that.
we got a
I've
poster.
never even played Borderlands, so tell me your
that's
thoughts.
So that's what I was curious about, because I know you're an Xbox gamer, and so we got a poster, we got like a 10-second teaser. I am very okay. Here's the I'll read you what the poster says.
Yeah.
We got Kate Blanchett as Mommy Lilith. Mommy Lilith looks perfect. My God, I need her.
Mm-hmm.
I hope my girlfriend doesn't hear this, but you know what? Mommy Lilith is going to pop off. Kate Blanchett is going to pop off in this movie. I already know it. We have Kevin Hart as Roland. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be terrible. Roland is a stone cold badass, and I don't think Kevin Hart can do it.
Yeah.
We have Jack Black as Claptrap. I'm curious how he does the voice. I don't know if you've ever seen any clips from Borderlands, but Claptrap's voice is very high pitched and robotic. So we'll see. I think they're both funny, so we'll see. Yeah. And then we have Jamie Lee Curtis, Ariana Greenblatt, and Florian Munteanu
I don't know.
starring in the rest. I don't know. Jamie Lee Curtis, I'm still kind of angry. It's like a residual angriness that she won the Oscar. It's it's like so petty, but like we'll see. I really love the Lilith casting though, and Eli Roth is directing this, and he can make some nice messed up visuals. Thanksgiving was kind of redeeming for him, honestly, because the rest of his movies kind of suck,
except for Cabin Fever.
True.
Cabin Peak.
Here, let me send you this picture really quick, so you can see what we're working with.
Are you sending it to me on Discord?
Yeah, I'll send it to you on Discord. That's what Lilith's looking like.
Oh, it's loading.
So.
Oh, damn. Is that
yeah,
Kate Blanchett? Like
that's
in
Kate
costume?
Blanchett. Yeah, in costume, which is crazy.
Who says no to that? Who says no to that?
So. We've got the full trailer coming out tomorrow. Borderlands is a hysterical video game, and the story is awesome.
Who's the guy on the cover with the guns and?
That's not a character. It's literally just like one of the bandits that they.
Oh shit! For real?
Kill.
Oh, he looks
all of
cool.
all of the Borderlands covers, like the video games. So Borderlands 1 is like a guy going like this, and then Borderlands 2 is a guy going like this. Yeah, so I'm very curious to see the full trailer tomorrow to hear the dialogue. I'm super curious to hear Claptrap's voice because he's a foul-mouthed robot. I think Jack Black could potentially be good, so we'll see.
Jack Black,
he's racking up these.
He can do anything he wants, man.
Yeah, it's weird. He's racking up these video game roles. So he did Bowser in Super Mario, and then Claptrap for Borderlands, and he's gonna play Steve in the Minecraft movie, which is very odd.
Is Minecraft movie, is it live action?
I don't know. I would assume so. I'm pretty sure it is, but I actually don't. I'm not sure. That's all I have for movie news.
Yeah, I don't have anything else.
I'm surprised we haven't played Borderlands, but anyway.
Well, it just came out in a time where there was restrictions by my parents on what I could play and what I couldn't play.
That's fair.
It came out in a time when I was playing a lot of Batman Arkham Knight. The best.
You're
Batman
off
video
by a
game.
lot of years there, buddy.
Really?
The first Borderlands came out the same time like Arkham Asylum came out.
Oh, motherfucker.
There's 3 Borderlands games. We got a trailer for the Avatar Last Airbender series. I haven't seen the show, the original show, so I have nothing to say. We'll talk to Cash about it. Actually, Cash hasn't seen it either. It's Carl. Anyway.
Well, whatever. Let's get into our review.
Yeah, let's talk about The Passion of Joan of Arc.
So, this is number 215, I believe, on our IMDb list. Let me double check that for everybody who's wondering. I'm sure you're not, but I'm going to do it anyway. 212. Wow, we're a lot farther along than I thought. So, Passionate Joan of Arc, released in the year 1927. I think this is officially the oldest movie, like feature-length film that I've ever watched.
Yeah, before
1928. Oldest... My apologies. 1928. It's a French film, directed by Carl Theodore Dreyer, who I don't really recognize any of his other work. Starring Maria Falconetti, who, might I say, is freaking excellent in this. Eugene Sylvian, Andre Berlet, and Maurice Schutz. A lot of other people as well. but those are just the top people. Has a 4.4 overall rating on Letterboxd. It's number 40 on the Letterboxd Top 250. 82 minutes. IMDb score of an 8.1, I believe. Yes. Let me see the Metacritic. Ever since you told me
98. Oh my god.
Yeah.
98.
I don't totally agree with that, but I can see it, So, Joan of Arc, very historical figure, very important historical figure. For those of you who don't know, Joan of Arc, she's a martyr. She is a patron saint of France, honored as a defender of the French nation for her role in the siege of Orleans and her insistence on the coronation of Charles. What's VII? Is that 7?
7.
Thank you. I don't know how to read Roman numerals.
Is 5.
Yeah, Charles the Seventh of France during the 100 Years' War. Claiming to be acting under divine guidance, she became a military leader who transcended gender roles and gained recognition as a savior of France. So this film takes place. In oh god, that's so funny. I just saw someone's review said Robert De Niro hasn't aged much since 1928, and it's a shock. Yeah, dude, that's really funny, actually. No, so this takes place near the end of her life. If the I don't even know what you would call that, where it tells you about like the opening, where it's telling you all about the movie. This, if that's true, is based on actual minutes taken from the trial of Joan of Arc. She was on trial for crimes against, like, the crown of the United Kingdom and Great Britain. And she was 19 at the time. So we are both older than Joan of Arc ever was, which is crazy. And this movie really takes place, and you watch her during this trial where she's basically tortured and manipulated, and they were trying to get her to admit, because they thought that she was like a servant. She wasn't sent by God to do these things, as she believed. She was sent by the devil. And they were trying to convince her, but no, she stood her ground, and she's like, no, I was sent here. I'm going to stick with my country. And yeah, she's a very important historical figure. One of the first documented feminists. I don't know why I put that in quotations. It's like she's a very, very powerful woman figure. Because even as I said, she even as her Wikipedia page says, she transcended gender roles. She was in the military. She commanded a lot of people, and she just did a lot of stuff that women at that time were not doing and wouldn't be doing for hundreds of years to come. She was a very special person. But yeah, let's get into this film specifically. So, Evan, I want to hear your opening thoughts.
Yeah.
And then we can kind of get into whatever.
Yeah, I'll be quick about this because I didn't finish this movie. I can respect this film for what it is, and I'll drop some more thoughts after my initial thoughts, but it really is something that I just have a hard time with. The dialogue through the little black screens, I think it's cool, but I just had a hard time with the full film from it. The score for this film, like Trey told me, it's freaking insane. It's
phenomenal. It's so beautiful.
It's amazing. It is a lot of close-up shots of the face, and everyone is just on their A game. Like, it looks astounding.
Yeah.
And the emotion brought through in their facial reactions are amazing. It really is. Like, I can respect this movie on a technical level so much because it's quite an astounding task. Like, this is a very stripped-back movie from what I saw of it. There's not a lot going on. It's all in these actors' hands, and they have to do everything in their faces with this score playing.
Yeah.
And those two things work together to create a very emotional scene by scene basis. Like it's a very interesting way to experience a film.
Yeah.
Um,
And
yeah,
that's actually the first thing I want to talk about is the score. So this is a silent film. There's absolutely zero spoken dialogue. So your other devices that you use to display feeling and emotion, such as facial expressions, the score, the shot selection, everything to that has to be elevated to an even higher level because you can't show these emotions like with your voice, you know? And I think that's why the score is so good and why the acting is so good. Especially what's her name? I already forgot it. Maria Falconetti from Her. All these close-up shots of her
yeah,
going through all these emotions as a young girl are unbelievable. She kills it here. And the score,
yeah.
oh my god. It's like this
And it kicks
operatic.
off from the moment. The
Yeah.
moment the film starts, it just starts and doesn't stop. From what
Yeah.
from what I saw, I don't.
Yeah, it's like operatic the entire time. It's beautiful. And I mean, and like, sure, I get like silent films aren't for a lot of people. It's a very acquired taste. Um, but
I
I
think
do. I do think like I enjoyed this. I had a good time. I could see myself rewatching this in the future. I felt emotionally connected to the characters and what they were going through and all this stuff. But I can accept that silent films aren't going to be for everybody.
yeah, I think that I'm gonna rewatch this at some point. It's that I watched this the second I came home from work,
It's
and
not a
like,
good unwinding movie.
and it's like I was hyped up because I had a sick day at work, and like it was really busy, and my boss was hyping me up, and I'm just like, I don't know if I can focus on this right now. So I will go back to it, and I do want to
Yeah.
experiment with other silent films.
Yeah, and I think there's some Charlie Chaplin stuff on the IMDb Top
Yeah,
250. So I'm sure there will be more stuff that we come to that will be silent, and we will grow in that as
yeah,
like film watchers. But I do think if you're just like an average moviegoer, like you're just like watching movies like every once in a while, there's no need for you to watch this. I mean, if you're just gonna watch a movie every once in a while, make it something you'll enjoy. But if you're interested in the history of cinema and where all these movies you watch come from and the influences that have influenced them, go watch it. This is a
yeah.
very, very important piece of cinema history.
And I think two films that kind of like shine a light on silent films. At least I'm sure there's more, but like you have Singing in the Rain and Babylon. And both those films really piqued my interest in silent films. Like I was interested in like what that experience is like, and that's one of the reasons I do want to go back and like be in that mood to really lock in. You know, like no distractions. It's just like it is an experience that I want to retry for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, this film is unbelievable. Gunch, who we have had on the podcast before, a fellow movie talker, he talks about, he made a video a while back about black and white films. If you're listening to this, Gunch, love you. Hope to have you on again soon. You're my favorite bro. Well, except Evan. Evan's my bro. He talks about black and white films because I think a lot of people, like just your casual movie goer, is turned off by seeing a film in black and white. You know?
Yeah, black and white is a really interesting topic because like it's a pretty small hurdle to get over, honestly. Like it's easier to watch a black and white movie than watch a foreign film. Like
Exactly.
even I know you haven't seen it yet, but the first half hour of Poor Things is in black and white. And I wasn't
even
expecting
half
it.
of
I didn't know.
Oppenheimer is in black and white.
Exactly. And like you have these amazing old films that are all in black and white, and it's like the first film that came to mind was Persona, Ingmar Bergman, peak. I love it. We'll talk about it another time at some point, Trey. But when you were bringing up older films, I think the oldest film I had seen before this was Bicycle Thieves from 1948.
Yeah.
And I'm almost positive that Bicycle Thieves is on this list, unless I missed it already.
Mm-hmm.
Bicycle Thieves is phenomenal. Like, I never really found. I think it's like, if you enjoy film, you'll enjoy a black and white movie. It's just like a mental hurdle if you don't get into film a lot.
And Gunch talked about how black and white is so interesting because it forces not only the filmmaker but the film watcher to focus less on the shot selection and more on the lighting. Lighting is so important for getting different shades of color during a black and white film.
Right.
And like you can really notice good lighting in a black and white film, which I find most interesting about them. But again, this film isn't going to be for everybody. I think if you consider yourself like a film watcher or you knowledgeable of film, I think this is an essential watch. I think you have to watch this at some point. If I were to make a list of 101 movies to watch before you die, this would be on there. I think it's important. I think it's essential. But if you're just your casual moviegoer, I don't think it's as important. I mean, sure, go try it out. See if you like silent films. Fair. You never know. But it's not something that like you have to watch, you know?
Yeah. I'm curious what you like. I mean, obviously, it seems like you think this belongs on that IMDb top 250.
1,000%.
Do you think it should be higher than this, or like? I mean, you said it's 101 films you should watch. Like, do you think it should be in that top 100?
I think so, solely based off of its importance
and its merit and like what
exactly.
It did. Yeah, that's super fair.
Like, if I'm taking all of my like feeling about how much I enjoyed it out of it, I think it belongs on here. I think it belongs higher. You know?
Yeah, that's super fair. And like, I mean, again, having a black and white movie, having a silent movie, it really makes you push into other aspects of film that you want to respect, that aren't just like listening to dialogue or looking at pretty lighting and colors and all this. Like,
yeah,
it pushes you to respect the score or the shot selection and the facial emotion, and it's really interesting.
I'll tell you, your casual moviegoers, if you watch this and then you're able to tell people like, oh yeah, one of my recent watches, The Passion of Joan of Arc from 1928, it's gonna make you sound really fucking smart. So that's another W.
Dude, that's gonna be me on Sunday. Oh yeah, I saw Dune 2. Why don't you wait 5 more days, you peasant?
Oh, did you get a pre-screening?
Yeah, me and my brother and my girlfriend are going to the fan early access thing 5 days
How excited
early.
Are you?
I could levitate.
You're going to be in the theater just like,
Dude, I'm buying the popcorn bucket with no popcorn.
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Anyway,
my mom doesn't understand that reference, and I'm glad for that. So
it's all right. We're good. Yeah. Do you have anything else you want to say about
streaming on Max? No, I think I got all of my stuff out there. Go check it out. Interesting watch.
I will go back to this, and when I do, I will talk about it more. I just was not in the mood to do it, and we're on a time crunch, me and Trey. So
yeah, we are.
I will get back to it. I promise.
Before we go into what we've been watching recently. So this Friday we got an episode coming out featuring Cash from the Film Scoop podcast. This is not one for the audio sensitive. If you don't like listening to curse words, or this is going to be a very crass episode, we are thinking, because that's when the three of us talk. We're not going to be racist. We're not going to be homophobic. We're not going to be misogynist. Anything like that. Yes. We just find different ways to express our feelings for the Dark Knight trilogy, which is what we are reviewing this Friday. Is kind of why we're on a time crunch, because me and Evan actually forgot that we were recording with Cash tomorrow. So right after this, we are binging the entire Dark Knight trilogy in one day.
Yeah.
It's gonna be peak. It's gonna be a blast. I'm excited. I'm gonna grind out the rest of Halo 2 while we do it.
Hell yeah.
Because I've seen these movies like 7 times, but I always like rewatching stuff before.
And I will be
podcast.
Spreading democracy because the Helldivers 2 servers need me. I've been fighting on my life in Malevelon Creek. I don't know if you know, but this trade, like, I think I told you a bit about it. Like, everyone's fighting on the same servers. Like, we need to defend. There's this one place called Malevelon Creek, and it is not doing well. It literally is like space Vietnam. It is nuts, and I've been in there.
Are there like so individual, good. Like you can make like custom loadouts and?
Yeah, so you level up, you get new abilities. It's so sick because you call in like airdrops for guns and like bombs and sentry turrets and all that, but you have to.
God, I hate being an Xbox player.
You hold down the bumper and then you have to press. It's like the Konami code, you know, like up, down, left, right, BA. Like you have to press buttons in a select like order to call stuff in. So it literally feels like you're calling in a like straight airstrike. It's so awesome.
God, I hate this.
Oh my god, it's so sick. I can't wait for it to come out on.
But we're binging all of those today. That episode you can be expecting Friday. It'll probably be at least 2 hours long. There's not going to be movie news. There's not going to be what we've been watching recently. It's just going to be straight Dark Knight glazing. Because I think all three of us think all three of the movies are peak. So
yes,
it's just going to be us glazing Dark Knight.
I'm excited.
And then next Tuesday, yes.
What is it?
God,
it's
we're reviewing Peak.
Ferrari, right?
Ratatouille, dude.
Shit.
Ford v Ferrari is after Ratatouille. We're doing Ratatouille. We are gonna try to convince Evan that it is, in fact, at least a 4-star. God, it's so damn good. I'm so excited.
We'll see.
I'm excited for that. And then the Friday after Dark Knight, what are we doing again? I can't. Oh, I think, that's our Christopher Nolan time. It's our time episode. So we're doing Interstellar and Inception, peak and mid.
Yeah, shut up.
But yeah, be looking forward to those. Friday's gonna be a blast. God, dude, I'm genuinely. I sent Cash a TikTok edit I found, like a Batman edit set to Igor's theme by Tyler, the Creator.
Oh my God.
Like, Mom, please skip ahead like 15 seconds. Straight cum, dude. Just, God, I'm just excited to watch these with you. Let's bust through diary log so we can go watch these, Evan.
Yeah. Okay, first up for me. I watched Body Melt on not the recommendation of Jordan from the Fistful of Films podcast. He was like, I watched this and it was terrible, and I was in a mood for some... This was after the Jennifer Lopez movie, so I was like, I need more trashy. It's terrible. Yeah. I hated it. And then I watched Meg 2, The Trench, and it's peak. Shark movies are amazing.
Was that your first watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, the giant octopus is sick.
It's peak.
It's awesome.
I love Jason Statham and I love shark movies, so yeah.
Yeah, it's so cheesy, but it's a blast. I do still prefer the first one, but that one is very much fun.
Give me 2. All right, let's see.
Yeah. You want 2 of mine?
Yeah.
So after the Vatican tapes, which I think was the last one I talked about, I saw The Devil. More like I saw The Peak. South Korea, man, just pumping out straight bangers. So I saw The Devil, 2010, directed by Kim Ji-woon, who I've never seen any of his other work. This was a freaking masterpiece. It's so excellent. It's so dark and gory and just... God, the action in this is unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I want to talk about it more when we don't have to rush. So, it's amazing. It's in my top 3
Go check it out. It's on Prime.
I adore it. It's on Shudder here for me, and Tubi, like it's perfect.
Yeah, you will not regret watching this movie. It's insane.
It's incredible.
like, dude, the scene where he splits the guy's face open. He's like, maybe I can make you smile more. And then he grabs both of his jaws and just goes.
Dude, the one that gets me is when he slits his Achilles tendons.
Oh my god,
dude. God.
It's because it's the camera doesn't cut away. You see him put the knife in and then just like.
Yeah, so I saw this movie twice, and then I saw it in theaters. It was crazy in theaters. Oh my god! Also, one of the greatest endings of all time. It's
so peak.
It's so peak.
It's so perfect.
Yeah,
it's a perfect revenge story. It's so good.
Yeah. Go watch it. Tell us what you think about it if you've seen it.
Yeah, maybe we'll do an episode. Maybe we'll put Kim Ji-woon in our next director deep dive surveys, just so we can talk about that movie.
We could do an Old Boy, I Saw the Devil double feature, because...
and that's what's the actor's name who's the lead in Old Boy and then plays the villain in this?
I don't remember his name, but...
He is excellent.
He's amazing.
Is it this guy? Yeah, Choi Min-sik. I'm probably saying that wrong, but you cook, my guy. You cook. And then after that, I followed it up with one of my favorite horror movies from 2020. Here's the thing. Let me talk about this real quick. Here's the thing about the COVID. It forced filmmakers to get really creative with how they tell their stories and in what format, right? Because you couldn't be around each other. So this is one that takes place on the internet. Stuff that's like The Den, Unfriended Dark Web, Missing, all that stuff. It is 57 minutes. It's called Host, directed by Rob Savage. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I've seen it twice. It's so fucking good. Sorry.
It's so good. 57 minutes.
It's awesome.
And it's about a group of girls who do a seance over Zoom. And it's 57 minutes because that's how long a Zoom meeting is until it like kicks you out.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, that's awesome.
Because at the end of the movie, it does like the 3, 2.
Oh.
And then there's like the, and then the meeting ends and then the credits roll. It's excellent. The fact that it's 57 minutes means they just get right into it, like right away. You're just like, boom, we're doing this.
It's got some really funny moments, and it's really scary.
It's so scary, dude.
The jump scares are so effective. I need to watch it again. I might watch that.
It's a 5-star for me. It's easily
awesome.
a 5-star. I love Host. Also scientifically proven to be the scariest horror movie.
That's a W.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, excellent if you haven't checked out Host. I went to certain websites to watch it because it's not streaming anywhere for me. Yeah, it's on Shudder.
I believe.
My
brother.
I got paid. I can buy Shudder now.
Get the trial and go crazy. Watch Argento. Consume Argento.
All right, give us 2.
Yeah, next on the 17th. After. Actually, wait. On the 17th, me and my girlfriend watched Barbie Mariposa and the Fairy Princess.
Massive W.
It was.
Where does this rank in the BCU for you?
Let me see, because I gave this a 3-star. I'm not huge on the Mariposa ones. I can't believe I just said that.
Dude, it's fine.
BCU ranked. Let's see. Gotta sort this by ranking. This is sitting around the 13th spot.
Okay, what's your number 1?
Number 1 is Barbie and the 20 the
Barbie
new Barbie
movie?
2023 Barbie, and then it's Barbie and the Three Musketeers, absolute gas, and then the Diamond Castle. Those are my top 3. Diamond Castle.
Where's Swan Lake?
Swan Lake is number 5. Top 5 is Barbie, and then Barbie and the Three Musketeers, Barbie and the Diamond Castle, and then Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses. Holy peak. And then Barbie Swan Lake. I actually gave Barbie and the Three Musketeers to Max in the film raffle.
What did he give it?
He gave it a 2.5. And,
Not bad.
And everyone bet on it in the casino, and everyone bet 0.5, and I bet 2.5, and I made like thousands of coins from that.
That's so funny.
Yeah. So I watched that. It was all right. Not too bad. And then I rewatched The Favorite, which I hadn't seen in a long time.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
It's not my favorite Yorgos. You know me, Yorgos is my favorite director.
Yeah.
This is maybe one of the top 5 best looking movies I've ever seen in my entire life. It has that like Amadeus Barry Lyndon thing where every frame looks like a painting.
Yeah.
It's stunning. It's absolutely stunning. It's funny. Emma Stone, Olivia Colman, Rachel Weisz are just popping off, and then Nicholas Hoult is in this. It's peak. It's just peak. Go watch it.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, those 2 for me.
Next 2 for me. I watched The Sleep Experiment, which is like a psychological horror. If this is a true story, it's insane. I'm not really going to go into it because I could talk about it for like an hour. Here it is. 2 detectives begin an investigation into a disastrous secret military experiment where 5 prisoners were kept awake for 30 days in a sealed gas chamber. And these prisoners, the subjects, they were like serving like life sentences in prison. They were all like murderers.
Is this like the Russian sleep experiment creepypasta?
Yeah, dude. It's basically that. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I fell asleep during it. I had watched it after I got off work, but then I finished it after I woke up. I like rewinded it. But then I couldn't go to sleep that night. Dude, naps after work suck. And then after that, I watched Peak Joel Edgerton. I rewatched The Gift. What a movie, man. What a film. So good. If you're a fan of thrillers, horror, anything psychological, and you haven't checked this out, you need to, like, today. It's so damn good. You've seen this, right, Evan? Is Evan muted? Is he eating?
Sorry.
Evan,
yeah, I've seen this. I was having a little snack. This.
Yeah, it's insane. And the cinematography is outstanding.
I love Joel Edgerton.
Yeah, he directed it too.
He's awesome.
Joel Edgerton is like the GOAT. I didn't know he also directed Boy Erased. That movie was pretty good.
Dude, I love that movie. I saw it in theaters with my grandma.
Yeah, man. Made me cry.
Really good. Yeah, same. Really good.
Only role where I've hated Russell Crowe.
Yeah. I recommended that to Remy. I want him to watch it because he's been going through these coming of age queer movies, and
yeah. Oh, that's like
he's been really enjoying them. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, give us your next couple.
Yeah, next I watched the Netflix true crime documentary movie, Lover, Stalker,
Oh yeah, I've been
Killer.
seeing people log
This was good.
How
I liked
was
it a lot. It was pretty cool. It was well made. It was interesting story.
Yeah.
Pretty messed up. I'd recommend it. It's like 90 minutes. It's a good time. Well, not a good time, but if you like true crime, you'll like it. It was good. I liked it. And then I rewatched a movie that haunted my childhood and sent me into an existential crisis. I'm not going to lie. Zathura, A Space Adventure. Peak
cinema. John Favreau absolutely cooked.
Dude, he cooked so hard in this movie. Oh my god, yeah. It looks for 2005. This movie looks insane. The visuals are amazing. Josh Hutcherson is such a little shit in this movie. Oh my god, he's so mean. He's so mean, bro. And Dax Shepard is really funny. Kristen Stewart, I totally forgot was in this movie.
Yeah,
she's pretty funny. Yeah. I gave it 3.5 to a 4. It's awesome. I'm glad. Me and my girlfriend actually we went to Walmart and we bought a 3-pack of it was Jumanji, Zathura, and RV.
What a fucking
for
lineup!
I know. And another one of those movies is gonna make a feature soon. Yeah, Zathura's peak. I'm glad we rewatched it. We were both unsure if it would hold up, and it held up. Like we had a blast watching it. So yeah, good time. What's next for you?
Oh yes, sorry, I wasn't ready. I watched the short film Tunnel by Sean Lewis Kelly. In In the I'm gonna quote Oscar T's review here. Shout out Oscar if you listen to. I don't know if he listens to our pod. If he does, I look up to Oscar a lot. He's so God. I love listening to him talk about films. I'm gonna quote Oscar's review here. In the wise words of Eric, shout out Eric, we miss you. Award-winning short film, My Ass. It was actually pretty good for the first 5 minutes. The ending of this is so unbelievably terrible. And I don't say that about a lot of things. I like to enjoy things. But this was so awful. And there's a video on YouTube of this guy reacting to people's comments about this, of the director reacting to people's comments. He posted it himself, and it's really funny because everybody's just like, dude, your film sucks. This movie is so bad.
That's funny.
And he talked about he won the award at this beer festival that also had a super small time stuff that also had a little film contest in his hometown, and it's just dumb. God, that movie sucked. And then I watched Blockers, which was perfectly okay. You got John Cena and Ike Barinholtz, who are both delights.
He's so funny.
Catherine Newton in this, and Geraldine Viswanathan. I don't know how to say her name. She is in this. And yes. Her.
Blockers is funny.
Blockers
I like it a lot.
It was funny.
John Cena is hilarious. He has such great comedic charm. Yeah,
he carries this movie on his back.
The beer bong scene is so funny. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Spit on it. I'm not spitting on it. Yeah. All right. How many do you have left?
Let's see. I don't have a whole lot left. I have 3 left.
All right. You do your 3 and I'll do my 3. We watch the same amount of movies.
Yeah. Next, I watched Joker for the first time since 2019.
Mm-hmm. What'd you give it?
I still have it at a 5. I love Joker. I know that it is a very clear interpretation of King of Comedy. I don't have a huge issue with that because you know what? People can make movies that are similar to other people's movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're different enough that I can grade them differently because Rupert Pupkin is a very different character to Arthur Fleck, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love Joker. I think it has one of my favorite scores of all time. I didn't really notice how good it was until I rewatched it. It's crazy how good the score is in this movie.
Yeah,
cinematography is great.
Play, when he's coming down the stairs after killing those 2 guys, they play what's the song that?
The Gary Glitter song.
God, dude, that song bangs. Oh,
yeah,
I will listen to that song on a regular basis.
Unfortunately, the singer is a pedophile, but...
Oh, really? Dang it.
Yeah, there was a whole controversy when this movie came out about that song.
Thanks for the heads up.
I know that song from Happy Gilmore. Because there's a whole montage when he's golfing. I love Joker. I think that it has a lot of unnecessary scenes. Mainly, the Bruce Wayne scene is 100% unnecessary. We don't need that. This is not a movie about Batman. It's set in Gotham, whatever. Leave that shit out. You can leave the Thomas Wayne stuff in because it's related to his mom, but we didn't need the Bruce Wayne stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the Thomas Wayne dying is whatever. It's I don't know. I think it's a flawed movie, but I love it. And Joaquin's performance is just insane. It's really good. Yeah, I love it. And then I watched Absolute Peak from that DVD collection, RV, with Robin Williams, Cheryl from Curb Your Enthusiasm, Josh Hutcherson again, Jeff Daniels. Oh my god, this movie is so funny and
I didn't know
enjoyable.
I don't remember Jeff Daniels being in that.
Yeah, he plays the dad of the other family that are like just
Uh,
on the road.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, and then it's what's her face? The musical lady. Oh god, Kristen Chenoweth, I think her name is.
Yeah, her.
Yeah. Oh, I never realized that was Jeff Daniels.
Yeah.
I love underrated actor, dude. Jeff Daniels is amazing. The Newsroom, dude.
Oh, so good. I didn't realize this movie had such low reviews. Like everyone, all of my mutuals give this like 2 stars. I love this movie.
4-star.
I have that 4. Yeah.
Yeah, it's peak.
It's wholesome. It's funny.
Who plays his wife again?
It's Cheryl Hines from Curb Your Enthusiasm, like Larry David's wife.
Yeah.
Which is weird to me because Larry David, I just like picture with Cheryl.
For some reason, I thought it was Carla Gugino.
Oh no.
She just plays moms in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
She's a MILF.
True.
Yeah. Whew.
Yeah. I love RV. It's funny. It's really funny and just enjoyable. Like Robert Williams has such a great like fatherly character to him when he's in these kind of movies, so I'll always enjoy them. Yeah. So yeah, watch that. It's peak. Good time.
And what'd you finish with?
I finished with Passion of Joan of Arc today.
Oh, okay, that was your last one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I'm trying to figure out who plays. I got to do this because it's gonna kill me if I don't figure it out. Give me 1 sec. I was thinking about Mike Flanagan because I talked about Carla Gugino. She's in a lot of his stuff. Then I was like, I can't remember who plays Jack Torrance in Doctor Sleep. Oh, it's Henry Thomas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then Alex Esso plays Wendy. Who she's been in some. She was in Pope's Exorcist.
Nice.
Sorry. Sometimes I have a thought train like that, and I just have to go.
Do you know what's really hype? I just this is kind of sidetracked.
Yeah.
They're playing, the new Kristen Stewart A24 movie, Love Lies Bleeding. Like we talked about the trailer.
Yeah.
They're playing it early at my retro theater here on March 4th.
Oh damn! You got to get cop tickets to that, bro.
I know. I'm gonna try and go because that's like 2 weeks early.
I know. There's a retro theater, Hollywood Theater. They just play they don't play I mean, sometimes they'll play new releases, but it's really just for like film lovers.
That's the same thing. Yeah. Here.
Next month, on March, they're doing a Saturday where one of the theaters, they're doing all 3 Lord of the Rings movies extended cuts starting at 11. And I was like, I need to cop tickets to that. I want to go to that. See Lord of the Rings in the theater. It's sold out. Already sold out. And I was pissed. Okay, last 3. I watched Superman 2. The best, we talked about this earlier, the best Superman. Directed by Richard Lester, not Richard Donner, unfortunately. Richard Donner directed the first one, and he cooked. The first one is so good. I think I have that. Yeah, I have the second one higher, but the first one is so good from '78. You need to watch at least the first 2. Superman 3 and 4 are pretty. Superman 3 is all right, and then Superman 4 is absolutely horrendous. Like so unbelievably bad. But the first 2 are excellent. And then after that, I checked off another movie in the Children of the Corn franchise, Children of the Corn 2, The Final Sacrifice. Definitely not as good as the first. I really enjoyed the first personally. I know a lot of people don't enjoy these movies, but I really enjoyed the first one. Definitely not as good as that, but it's still enjoyable. It still had enjoyable moments. And then I watched Killing Them Softly this morning, which was okay. Scott McNairy, 1 star, tax credit. James Gandolfini, half-star, tax credit. So,
and Brad Pitt, right?
Oh, yeah, Brad Pitt is like 5-star tax credit.
True.
Anything he's in, man, so good.
Update the ranking.
But talk about, there's a scene before we go, I want to talk about, there's a scene in Children of the Corn. There's a lot of scenes in it that are really funny, like just well-written, funny scenes.
Yeah.
There's this one where they introduce this character. His name is, I think, Frank Redbear. Give me a sec. I'm going to find this. Ned Romero. Frank Redbear. And they wrote him as this obviously very stereotypical Native American in cinema. Oh, and basically the plot takes place, this reporter comes into town and he's trying to figure out, because the kids killed all the parents, and he's trying to figure out what happened. And he's talking to Frank Redbear at like the ruins of the old school. And he's like, so can you tell me what happened here in Gatlin? And then he goes in to, like, they knew what they were doing here. He goes in and he's like, my ancestors believed that man has to be one with the wind and the sky and the earth. And the white man never understood that. And he talks about how the white man is always taking and taking, and all this stuff. And he's like, and then he just goes, and the reporter guy, who is white, goes, well, what the hell does that have to do with what happened here in Gatlin? And the guy goes, oh, that has nothing to do with what happened in Gatlin. All those kids went apeshit and killed everybody. It's like the most perfect line. Like, they were setting it up to be this stupid, like, stereotypical character, and then they, like, make fun of themselves for it. It's excellent. I was laughing so hard.
That's funny.
Yeah. But that is our episode for today. Bit on the shorter side, but we hope you enjoyed it. I think that was a fun episode.
Me and Trey are going to go binge the...
Yeah, we're going to go watch 6 hours of films.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a blast, though. At least we're not watching, like, 6 hours of, like, mid. At least we're watching, like, 6 hours of just peak cinema.
Yeah, we might have to do Dark Knight Rises tomorrow morning. We'll see, because it's very long. That movie's pushing 3 hours.
Yeah, and it's not, like, anything you really have to pay attention to, these movies. Like, I'm going to have Halo booted up while we're watching these. I'm just looking forward to it.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, join us Friday for our review of the Dark Knight trilogy. And then Tuesday we'll be reviewing Ratatouille. I think it'll just be us two. We won't have Cash. And then next Friday, we might have guests. We don't know yet. We haven't figured it out yet. But we are going to be talking about Inception and Interstellar. We might need to get...
we'll draft one person who loves Inception and draft one person who hates Inception, so you can take Alan.
Well, no, we might
Cash.
we'll get Alan on here and Cash, and then we'll yap. Oh, damn, we'll have to talk to them about that. That would be a blast. Yeah, so join us for those. Like this channel, subscribe to this channel, give us likes, comment. You guys haven't been commenting on our videos. Comment down below, guys. Tell us what you think about stuff we talk about. We want to interact with our listeners. So please comment on here. If you're listening, you don't even have to watch our video on YouTube. Just go to our YouTube video of this episode and comment something. We want to interact with you. That's what we want to do. We want to hear from you guys.
Let us know if you've seen the two. Do you like Old Boy more or I Saw the Devil more?
Yeah.
Me and Trey were talking about this.
Let's hear about your thoughts of those. And if you want to follow us on our socials, I am most active on Letterboxd and Twitter. I'm Trey the Film Noob on both of those. I am also on TikTok. I'm thinking, I don't know if I'll ever pick that back up again. I'm not doing TikTok right now. It's too stressful.
Yeah.
And it's too much work for little reward. But if you want to follow me on there, I might pick it back up soon. Who knows? Evan is Evan0567 on Letterboxd. Evan, what's your TikTok handle so people can go watch you playing guitar?
I think it's the same. Let me see. Oh, it's Evan9875.
Evan9875.
Go follow
if you
me.
want
I
to
play
see
guitar on TikTok.
Yeah, if you want to see
content,
Evan,
just some shredding.
Evan just shred. Go follow him on TikTok. Thank you for joining us today on The Average Film Enjoyer. We had a blast. We hope you did too, listening to our conversation. And we will see you on Friday.
Bye.